All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, ladies. I am super excited. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Listen, I know when I set this date, I wasn't even thinking that we were going to be competing with this football game they called a Super Bowl. But that's all right, ladies, because we can still be here to have a good time together and folks can be screaming because you may hear some add ons to this live because I got a whole room of folks over there hollering about this game. So it's okay. Well, welcome in. I am Dr. Shayna D. Lewis, but all my friends call me Dr. Shayna. I am a licensed professional counselor. I am a motivational speaker, but more than that, I am a destiny interventionist, and I am here to interrupt your destiny. Ladies, so many of us are headed in a direction in our life that we've just been going in. And many of us may be stuck going the wrong direction, and we need a literal U turn. And I am committed to helping women get from that unstuck place to getting to the place where you can create your extraordinary life. And one of my favorite ways to help do that is to bring you conversations with thought leaders and experts in a variety of spaces. And what better time than the month of February? Now, we know February is the month of love, right? We're thinking about being booed up and all of that. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But I asked the question, what does love got to do with it? Everything. As women, we need to be in a space of falling in love with ourselves on a daily basis. And this entire month of February, I am going to be dealing with what's love got to do with it from various angles with some amazing guests every Sunday night in February at 7 p.m. CST. Now, if you are new to me, I want you to know that I am an interactive host. I'm looking for comments. I'm looking for amens. I'm looking for high fives, hearts, love, and all of those things. Because when I bring you anyone on these platforms, I'm bringing you the best. I'm bringing you those women who are here to share, be vulnerable, authentic, and they gonna help us all, like my grandmama say. I'm gonna get me some hope tonight too. Let me say hello, Mary, hello, Tracy, hello, Jasmine. Thank you, ladies, for popping in this evening. Now, I do have a treat for you tonight. Our very first guest on this special series, What's Love Got to Do with It, is none other than Tommi Billingsley. She is redefining the term women empowerment. She is a trailblazing entrepreneur, lover of all things positive and godly, women advocate, and a community builder teaching self love. Okay, she's poised for this conversation tonight, folks. Whether through her highly anticipated events or live video messages, it only takes a few minutes of connecting with her to understand why she was chosen to lead. And I will echo that because she and I literally just met a few weeks ago in a Facebook group, actually, is how we met and connected to do this event today. And we got on the phone and we're connected immediately in our conversation. So here she is. Tommi has a unique way of reaching people with her down to earth and Cardi B mixed personality, style, and relatable history of growing up in an impoverished community. After battling and surviving, did you hear me? Battling and surviving pancreatic cancer, this might woman discovered her call to duty in this lifetime as a personal life coach. It was her rebirth. Now she's here to change the game. Yes, ma'am. Tommi has received many honors, including receiving the New York State Commendation Award by Senator Rachel May. Let's go. She's hosted several successful events through her nonprofit organization, Fearless Queens, with special guest appearances by Yandy Smith and Juju from Love and Hip Hop. A naturally gifted scholar, Tammy received a degree in management and leadership. And so, without further ado, let me just get on off this here stage and let me introduce you to Miss Tommi. Hello, Tommi. Good to meet
Hello,
you.
hello. Hey, Queens. How are you doing out there?
Yes,
Thank
they
you
are
so much,
holding
Dr.
in.
Shana. That is such an amazing introduction of me. I appreciate you so much. I am so humble. Thank you to all my sister queens who are following me from the Fearless Queens community. And hello to all the queens that I am just getting to meet tonight. How are you, queens, doing?
Yes, I think they ready. They got hearts and hand claps and love. They are
Yes, I
all
see them.
this evening. I love it. Oh, we got one of my brothers on the line. Oh, Bomb. Hey, Dr. O, how are you? Welcome
Hey,
in.
bro.
Yes, yes. He and what I can say about him is he is a lover of women in the sense that he understands the future is female. So he gets behind anything that we're
Right
doing that
now.
is positive. So I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, ladies. So tonight's topic is Queen. Love yourself. Okay. And you are the queen of queens, Tommy. So of course you had to be the one to have this conversation tonight. So let's just hop into this conversation, Tommy. What does it really mean when we say queen? What does queen mean? Because that's a term that a lot of people use. And so I don't know that all women understand that they are actually queens. Can you give us your thoughts or definition of queen?
So I would like to, I would say that queen, to me, a queen, I would like to connect her or relate her to the virtuous woman, right? Proverbs 31. A queen is a woman who is poised, who believes in herself, who loves herself in a holistic way, but someone who just really, to me, is acknowledging the fact that she is all that handsome. I mean, just to keep
Mhm.
it real simple, a queen is someone who is respectful and kind, not only to herself, but to others. So that would be like just the simplest explanation that I would give, to it. And I think that we are all queens. And I know a lot of women don't acknowledge themselves as being queens because, like you were saying, it is flying around out here. And it
Mhm.
is a certain standard, I'm going to say, that,
Mhm.
needs to be upheld when you
Mhm.
think about queen, because we have to make sure that we're wearing that crown. And the crown could be heavy, right? It
Mhm.
could be heavy because it is a lot of responsibility being the queen, right? But
Mhm.
it's something that, we all are. We truly are.
Absolutely.
We're naturally, to me, a queen is worthy. She's
Yes.
a, she's enough.
Period. On the end
Period.
of that. That's all of it. I love that. She is worthy. She is enough. And that is a message that I think women miss. So, as a licensed professional counselor, my specialty is working with women. And I will say to you, the greatest issue that women come to me with, and they may not say that's why they're there, but it comes out, is that women will tell me, I'm not enough. We walk around with this heavy weight of not being enough. And when you said that, when Queen, you are enough. You showed up enough. You are worthy. And we have to speak life into that. But so many of us walk around feeling less than. So, Tommy, in your world, and I know you've been working with women as well, you have overcome and survived some amazing things yourself. What would you say to a woman who walks around with that weight of feeling she's not enough?
I'm going to say to her sister, and if you on here tonight, to let it go, to relax, let your hair down, and just take a deep breath and release yourself from all of the pressure of the world and just be. Just
Mm,
be. Seek God and allow yourself to just be in that space of just being yourself. I know that it is extremely difficult. Life is difficult. Life is hard, but it's good, and it is so important. I want to go back to what you said on, you know, speaking life, right? And building ourselves up. So to a woman who is feeling really, really heavy, I want her to understand that queen sister, sis, it is important for you. It is so important for you to build yourself up and to believe in yourself and to speak the words of affirmation over your life, that you are worthy and that you are more than enough. And I know at first it's not going to feel like that. At first, when you hear yourself saying that, you're actually not going to believe that. But you got to keep, I like to say it's all like a muscle. It's a practice that you got to get in the flow of it, and you got to keep building it up. And baby, right now, you might just be scooting until you can start crawling, until you start walking. But you got to do whatever it is that you can do to allow yourself to embrace that, to embrace it.
Ooh, Tommy, you said it's a muscle like that right there. I hope y'all caught that, because muscles have to be worked and have to be grown, right? Because you can be born with muscles that aren't that strong. Babies can't walk, they can't even hold their head up. And it is not until we continue to practice and using that muscle does it gain strength. Oh, that's a word, Tommy. And so when you think about us gaining or growing our value, our worth, our belief that we are sufficient and enough, we have to practice that. We have to grow into that place. And so the sister who's sitting here right now that's scooting, like I'm like, I saw that in my head. I'm like, she just scooting, like she's
Because
scooting.
because like you said, when I think about it, I believe in us always doing our best, right? And I
Yeah.
know that we do carry the weight of the world, and I believe that when you are in a place where you're not feeling it just yet,
Mhm, mhm.
it's like you said, the baby when the baby is first born, right? The baby can barely lift the head. So when the baby really do start to get some strength in the head, the baby go ahead and do a roll. And then once the baby do the roll, the baby go ahead and do a scoop, right? And the baby go from the scoop as that muscle build, then it get to crawling into walking. So I like to say, sis, it get greater later, sis. It get
Mm,
greater later. You
mm.
just gotta be willing to put in the work. You gotta
Wow.
be willing in the work. For me, to keep it simple, the work starts here.
Yeah.
It starts here. You know, these things all connect: the ear, the mind, and the mouth. So if all you got is to look at her in the mirror, look at her and just smile at her and just tell her that she's amazing because she really is.
Wow, I love that. Your sisters are over here talking about, yes, queen, muscles by any means necessary. Allow yourself to embrace it. Muscles build it up. Yes, we got some whole yes. It gets greater later.
It get greater later.
Yes. Somebody said, Queen, thou art loose. Let's go.
I'm trying
Yes,
to tell you.
all of that. I feel that. And the thing is that when we go through life, and this is the thing I know, a lot of the women that I've worked with, it wasn't for nothing that they got that thought that they weren't sufficient or that crown got so heavy. Life happened. We had some struggles. We've gone through some tragedy. We've been up against something that was difficult. Maybe we failed at something we wanted. Maybe somebody told us that we were nothing. Maybe we were in a toxic relationship. So we know that there's a lot of things that can create this thing in us. But regardless as to what we've been through, this muscle building can still happen. It can still occur. And she might be scooting right now, sis. But Tommy just told you, you can scoot, you can roll, you can crawl. And guess what? Eventually you're going to walk. Listen, I
You
hope
gotta
y'all
make
caught that.
make it do what it do, because like you said, life, I like to, share with my sister queens always that life is always gonna happen to us.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I think that it's so important that we're having this conversation tonight, with like you said, revolving around Valentine's Day and the importance and the value, right, of our self-love being our best love.
Mm,
Because really, really, life is going to happen. And you know what? And in life, there's so many things that happen that you can lose. You can even lose yourself and
mm,
everybody else and
mm,
everything else. Right? So
mm,
that's why it's so important for us to making sure that we realize, or we are intentional, right? We are intentional in valuing and building ourselves up,
yeah.
valuing putting ourselves first, valuing breaking through all of those agreements that we
Mm,
have on our lives from
wow.
others,
Mm,
right? Because let me say this. Um, I'm going to let me finish on agreements from what other people have told us that we weren't enough. Other people that have made us feel like we weren't enough, right? And
mhm,
we in our minds agreed to that. So we started to speak that. Even
mhm,
if we didn't say it out loud, we started to speak it in our mind. So we agreed on that. But even so much so, when we are attaching our worth. And I'm speaking this from my own experience, from relationships, from friendships, from childhood. When you attach your worth to things outside of yourself, causes disaster. Causes disaster. And that's where I think about when we talk about losing yourself. Because now and I have done it. Attach my worth to things outside of myself. I attach my worth to situations because I know who I am and what I can do and what I bring to the table. And because I'm giving myself and all of myself, and I did not get what I expected, right? Those expectations back in return, I became hurt. And some would say broken. But for me, baby, I'm going to tell you this. I done been bruised. I done been beat down, but I ain't been broke down, baby. I've been holding on. I've been fighting for her.
Ooh, Tommi, listen, then drop
Forever.
several gems right up into here, several words. Listen, we could pass praise and all kind of stuff right now. Okay, let me circle back because that was wow. That was fire. You said when you attach your worth to something or someone outside of yourself, you will lose you in that process. Did I catch that?
Disaster.
Disaster. Oh, can somebody put disaster in the comments, because what we're trying to do is not is circumvent that process. At this moment, we're trying to intervene on behalf of a sister who's in that space right now, making the choice to put her value outside of herself, ending in a disaster. Hashtag no more disasters. Like tonight.
No more disaster.
Tonight's the last night for that disaster. Oh, Tommi, speak about it. So when you are able to put your self-worth, let's deal with that. No. Before I go there, you said something else. I'm like, my head is spinning right now, Tommi. Because you said the agreements. And I love that phrase because I don't think we use it enough. You know, we talk about touch and agree and all of these things spiritually, but we also make agreements because we receive and accept what somebody else gave us. We receive and accept what somebody else told us, even if it was negative about us. And we carry that. And then there goes that whole thing of you attaching my value and worth to something outside of me instead of what's inside of me. Lord, have mercy. That's heavy. They saying no more disasters, Tommi. No more disasters. We're not doing it no more. So talk about the self-love, because you went into that space at the end of that. What does that look like? How do we get to that place?
So, I like to think that we get to that place by just placing a value on our self-love as being our best love, mind, body, and soul, right? So when I like to think about mind, body, and soul, it's so much, honestly, that goes into our self-love. But let me start with first, just talking about the mind. Talking about the mind. Let's speak about the mind. Because the mind is such a beautiful thing, right? It's such a powerful source that we have. And when we're not taking care of our mind by seeking God, or connecting ourselves spiritually in the spiritual realm by getting into prayer, by speaking words of affirmation, by journaling, getting into meditation, exercising those tools the affirmations, building yourself up, speaking powerful words, positive, powerful words over your life, such as I am strong, I am amazing, I am worthy, I am enough, I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am happy, I am joy, I am peace, I am love, I am light. Speaking these things over our life, to me, ultimately connects to the mind, right? And allowing us, right, to be able to pivot, from that negativity, right? That negativity that we are influenced by on the outside world, because when we're not intentional of the things, people, places, and things, because like you said, the agreement, when we make those agreements, those agreements come from outside of us. those agreements, we make the agreement in the inside of us, but we're influenced by things on the outside of us. It could have been trauma, like again, from your childhood. Maybe your mother or your father didn't tell you that you were beautiful. Maybe they, they screamed and they talked down on you and they called you ugly, or, or the kids on the school bus, whatever. If you made a decision in your mind and you agree with that, that came from the outside, and then you internalized it, right? Internalized it and turned it something that actually to me is an illusion, but it becomes embedded and ingrained in the mind because you agreed on it. So now you carrying it on. You carry it on your life. Some of us be carrying. Some of us, I'm a 37-year young woman, but I was carrying some stuff from my 8-year-old self all the way up until my 30s. That I believed in myself. So I think that when I think about self-love, I think about the mind and why it's so important for us to heal our mind, because our mind connects to our heart.
It does.
And our heart is like the gate to our souls, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think that, when you start to work on the mind and you keep that mind right, and you're mindful of the things that you say, you're mindful of the places that you're in, you're mindful of what you allow yourself to hear and listen and make agreements to, and you're just mindful of allowing yourself to pivot from that negative self-talk, right? Because we know we can get in our head and we'll start making up some stuff. We'll start making up stories and telling
Yep.
ourselves, we start telling ourselves that, oh, child,
All kind of stuff.
I can't
All
even
kind
go.
of stuff.
It's so deep on how much stuff we would say to, we assume things, we see something, or even have a conversation with somebody and we'd take it and turn
Run
it
with it to the
into.
whole other way. And you know what, Tommy, when you're talking about the mind piece here, that is so important. And you're right. We will make up stories and everything that we engage in. We do what we do based on what we believe to be true. The belief is here, right? So I believe in that agreement place of who I am, who I say that I am here. That's what shows up in my world. But if you're able, like you described, to basically reprogram yourself, right? Using the positive affirmation, having the good self-talk. The sisters are here saying daily affirmation helps with self-love. Absolutely. That languaging, even if it never comes out your mouth, is so powerful. So powerful. And so, what would you say? I mean, I'm in a space now that I love a great affirmation, and I have studied on them. I've learned a lot about them. I just talked about them the other day in a group that I was having. And one of my favorite beginnings to an affirmation is today I decide, because I believe with affirming ourselves, we have to decide it every single day. Like I don't get a day off from deciding to affirm myself, because the world is going to come up against me. The enemy is going to attack me. And if I'm not in a space of deciding of who I
Yes.
say I am, whose I am, then I'm going to be weak to what the enemy is asking me to agree with, right? That I do not want to agree with. Plus all the other junk we didn't carry with us, like you said, from when we was knee-high to grasshoppers, and we still dragging them bags with us even now. So for
Bag
you,
lady.
bag ladies, show enough bag ladies. So when you think affirmation, do you teach your ladies, the queens in your orbit, a certain way to create affirmations, to create habits around them? How do you teach affirmation, Tommy? So because there may be a sister on the line who really doesn't know how to do that.
So yes, I do. And actually I have something really, really great that's going to be coming out on Valentine's Day, which is going to be an affirmation guide. But I do teach my sisters. I'll lead them into affirmations, just like I spoke on here, just some simple ones, because I believe in keeping things simple.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately I believe in keeping things simple, because I feel like, sometimes we tend to overthink it. We
Mm-hmm.
tend to um, feel like we have to do this miraculous thing, to making ourselves become good, or reprogramming ourselves. And I believe that, we can just start with just the simple basic thing of just I am, just speaking, simple words, connecting to yourself, of saying, I am amazing. I am loved. I am healed, because our words are so powerful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because our words are so powerful, seeing those simple things is what actually, for me, which had allowed me to build myself up. Now, the habit is daily. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
I decide, right? I choose daily that today is going to be a great day.
Yeah.
Today, I am going to conquer. Today, I am going to soar. Today, I am going to embrace my power in my might. Today, I am going to love her down. I am going to love her
Ooh.
down. Okay? Every day. So for me, affirmations is what is it? What is it called? It's it's like my water. It's like my water. It's like my air that I breathe. You know, and I've been in that zone for maybe 12 years now. 12 years now I started my journey of really discovering and loving myself and learning that it's layers to it. You know, it's like a blooming onion, you know. But the words, the affirmation, the words of affirmation that actually helped me to building up. So for a woman, a sister that's out there, you know, that may not be doing this, I say, sis, you know, get into the habit of doing it daily. And even if you can't do it daily, one of my tips on self love is to always do your best, right? So maybe your best is, sis, that you only could do it once a week. Maybe your best is you do it once a month, sis. Just do it and start, because, like I said earlier about that muscle, right, baby? You might just be lifting your head up and doing the roll, okay? But you gotta get started.
That's the thing. It's the starting point, period. Your sister's in the chat saying a necessity. She teaching me to love her down. Like that right there, I wanted to scream, get up out my chair, run around and come back. Love her down. Yes, ma'am. Listen,
So,
what I
I'm
want
sorry.
to I want the sisters in the chat box to do. If you have an affirmation like your favorite, put it in the chat box.
Please
Because
do.
I want a flood of them in here. So when the sister watches the replay, when the sister just pops on, she's like, what's going on? She may need to hear what you say so she can grab some words for herself. So I want the sisters in here to just flood this timeline with some amazing affirmation.
Yes,
Okay,
share those
Tommy.
affirmations, because for me the affirmation is the pivot. You know,
Mm,
it's what because to me it connects to, you know, it connects, it just aligns to my mind,
yes.
you know, and it gives me it, you know, for me, I like to teach it to my sister queens, because it is a way to empower yourself. Like, a lot of us be seeking, and we do need that, right? Because again, with us being influenced, it's important for us to be here tonight.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you to every single queen that is here investing in herself tonight. This
Yes.
is important. Community, sisterhood, you know, allowing yourself to be surrounded by those that are like-minded, those that want to tap into their power within, to be to be able to embrace your greatness,
Yeah.
right? This is how we do it, you know. So the affirmations is just like, you know, the icing on the cake, you know.
Wow, that is so good. And so you're just rolling into this room and you're like, what have I just stumbled upon? You are in, oh my gosh, what's love got to do with it? This is a February series that Your Extraordinary Life Network, my network, I just said I had to do something for us to learn to love ourselves. My guest is Tommi. Baby Tommi is in here dropping coinages. Do you hear me? And gems about Queen, love yourself. Do me a favor. Do your friends and your sister queens a favor. Tag a sister queen that needs to be here. Share this on your timeline. We need to flood self love. Queen, love yourself to all of our sisters, because when one of us wins, we all win. When one of us loves
Yes.
ourselves, we can reflect that to each other. That's what keeps us from tearing each other down. Is when I love me enough, sis, you can I don't need to take nothing from you, because I'm good. I got my queendom and it's over here. You got yours, it's over there. Let's
You,
go.
you know, Dr. Shayna, when I, you know, first started off, and I know you introduced me with, you know, as an empowerment coach, right? And I run,
Mhm.
I'm the founder of the Fearless Queens, you know, located here in Syracuse, New York, upstate New York. And before, you know, I had my rebirth with the Fearless Queens, which is a community sisterhood where we welcome women from all walks of life, right? Coming from all backgrounds, the overlooked, I would like to say. My first, you know, I'm going to say official second official business was a clothing line that was called Forever Love Yourself.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
That's what it was. And that's what I was doing. So I've been teaching, on self-love, for some time now. And I started off with a clothing line with affirmations, with affirmations for us to exude that love onto the world. Because I believe that, when we do love ourselves, right? And me and you talked about this over the phone. Like when Queen is loving herself, when she loves herself, and she's taking care of herself, she's able to exude that love onto others. So this right here is just, a projection of who I am. So I'm able to
Mm.
teach this love, to show this love, to spread this love, because I put in work. I put in work.
Huh.
I don't take myself lightly, because I know for a fact that if I know that I'm all I got, me and God. This is what I know. Everybody could leave me. Everybody could go. And what I got.
You and God. Boy, boy, boy. Lord have mercy. Listen, this feed is beautiful. I am worthy of great things. I am growing. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. I will accomplish every goal I set. I am beautiful. I am enough. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am doing my best. I am enough. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am blessed. I am worthy. I am chosen. I am
Yes.
accepted. Listen, y'all are feeding my spirit tonight. Lord have mercy. And y'all are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let's go back. You talked about the mind piece, right? Self-love. And now you were talking about the body piece and in the soul. So let's finish that trifecta there that we started. So let's get to the body part. So how would you say we can walk into the body space of loving ourselves?
So for me, when it comes to the body, it's really about making sure that we are drinking our water, right?
Mm,
We are nourishing our body. We are, eating as healthy as we can, healthy snacks, healthy meals, right? And we are also moving our body, right? Taking and also let me not skip out taking your vitamins, sis. Take your vitamins. Take your multivitamins, take your vitamins daily, take your minerals, any of those supplements that you might have to take. But you want to make sure that you're eating good and you're drinking plenty of water. I suggest, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but getting at the least 64 ounces to a gallon of water in a day. Come on now, sis, come through. We ain't getting no younger. It ain't like we 10 years old no more. We need to be making sure that we take these things serious, right? I know a lot of y'all like to drink y'all, Pepsis or all your sugary down drinks. You want to make sure that you waking up first thing, because I got rituals, right? First thing first is a girl on her dresser is a glass of water. So I'm drinking
mm,
water first. I'm drinking my water and then I stretch. And then after I get done stretching, I get into prayer. And after I get done praying, then I'm in that bathroom and I'm in the mirror saying my affirmations, and then I'm back to meditation. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I do it. But when we talk about the body, right? To go into the movement. You want to get around and start to move your body. You want to be moving by doing 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes a day if you can. Because remember, I like to say, do your best. And maybe you only can do 1 day a week. Maybe you can only do 1 day a month. That might just be it. But I'm going to suggest that you really start to place a value, right? Because this is a part of our love. We want to take care of our mind, we want to take care of our body, and we want to take care of our soul. Now, taking care of the body, you want to start moving that body, sis, because listen, one thing you're going to find out when you start to get up and you get up and move, it's going to help you to fight that lazy spirit. It's going to help you to build up energy inside of yourself. It's going to help you to actually, your physiology actually helps you to transform and have a shift in your entire attitude and mood. Your
mm,
entire attitude and mood, even if you're just taking a walk, 5 minute walk, 10 minute walk, whatever you can do it. I suggest taking care of that body. But not only
mm.
that, right? We want to go even deeper into, because I'm guilty of this. Don't judge me now, y'all. I got about 4 years in that your girl started taking it serious on keeping my body moisturized. Right? I was a winter
Mm.
time girl that did not put on, I was a woman, not even girl, woman time woman, because let me keep it real, okay? I was a wintertime woman that was not moisturizing my skin. I was being lazy when I got out the shower and just putting my clothes on real quick, so we got to make sure that we are conditioning our body and take your time with her. And actually, for me now, it's a part of, um, hopefully nobody don't take this to offense, but I call making love to myself. And I'm not talking about, in a sexual way. I'm talking about actually caressing my body, right? Because like I said, again, we all we got. And a lot of times we place expectations on other people to give us something that is our duty to be given to ourselves. So take care of that body, sis. Put on that good lotion. I'm gonna say for us black women, right? Lotion don't really be cutting it, sis. You're gonna need somebody. You're gonna need you some body butter, queen, body oil out the water. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to get you some stuff that work real, real good. Make sure you taking care, your hygiene, right? Because this is all with the body, because our body is our temple, right? Our spirit and our soul, lives inside of our body. So, that to me is extremely important, a part of love.
You just broke that all the way down, like I say, to the white meat. Like you went below the skin. Sis went to put the lotion on, get your body butter, sis. Like you done mess with me the night time. Get out the shower and I
I
put a hand stitch of lotion for I got to put these clothes on. Oh my God. Listen, but you know what, Tommy, what you just made me realize is it's simple things like that that are self-love and self-care and putting me first and taking care of me that we just ignore altogether. Like it doesn't matter. But you know what? It matters because you feel better when your skin feels good, when your body feels good. We show up different
You
when
do.
we feel good. We just do it. And my own little testimony. So inside of my academy, we have a book club. And so right now in February, we're doing The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. And I don't know if y'all have read that book, but oh my God, Shonda is a genius, first of all. But something that she's doing, she did, actually she already did it, but we're doing the replays. She connected with Peloton. Peloton, that's the bikes and all that stuff. But they have an app. You don't have to have a bike, you don't have to have their machines, but you can use their app for exercise and activity, Tommy. And so there's a year of yes that goes along with Shonda Rhimes. She made a collaboration with them.
Awesome.
And they have these exercise activities on that are year of yes. They have all of these affirmations and things in them, and they're like 20 minutes a piece. So I'm doing these with the ladies this month as we read her book. And when I tell you every day, I can't wait to get up and do my year of yes Peloton exercise, and I feel so much more alive. I'm so much more focused. I'm so much more prepared. Like my energy is on 11,000 because I did my work. I started my day off right with meditation, with exercise, with the rituals like you described. So I'm just imploring any sister, if you don't have some kind of routine for yourself to start your days, baby, get one because ain't
Get one.
nobody going to create it for you. We have to make room for ourselves, period. Everybody else going to get what they need from you. Did you get what you needed from you? If we don't take care of ourselves, we won't ever get that. Oh my God, that's so good. Tracy says, love that book, changed her life. Yes. Joy says,
Awesome.
love it. Lotion don't work. Yes, she said we need the body butter. Somebody said, get some Carolyn's House of Love.
Girl, y'all
Yes.
know, sister, we can get flaky, forget ashy, girl. That stuff. I like to call myself dark skinned, but to keep it real, I'm a red bone light skinned woman, and my stuff get child, it be crusty.
So we need that love. So now I'm never gonna look at a bottle of lotion the same way. I will not look at shea butter or body butter the same. It is a component of my willingness to love myself. You just flip that in my mind completely, Tommy, and I say
But
thank you for that.
but like I was saying earlier, Dr. Shayna, that it's those simple things. And I like to keep it, because I teach, as an empowerment coach, as a life coach, I teach on the foundation. you
Mm-hmm.
know. And for me, the foundation to lay it out and allow it to be solid, we need to be able to acknowledge those simple things, because those simple things are so real,
Yes.
right? And those are the things that we can really actually agree upon,
Yeah.
right? And we can do, because we can see ourselves doing it. And not that we shouldn't see ourselves or hold ourselves at a higher level or a higher standard, right, for ourselves. But if we can just get to, the basics, the nitty gritty,
Mm-hmm.
of things, it allows you to continuously build, the rest of it all up.
It
Like I
does.
said, that the love is layers to it. So it's more that goes into loving ourselves. But once we get the foundation, the fundamental things down
Yeah,
pat, it allows us to just to bloom,
it does.
right?
I love that. Somebody says hashtag make room for self-love. Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about the mind, we talked about the body. So let's go to the soul.
So for me, the soul is about the prayer. It's about having a relationship with God. It's about that divine intervention, having that connection with the Holy Spirit. That's what it is for me. And I mean, I could go all the way deep, but I really am going to keep it real simple for y'all, because I know everybody, might not be, into that. However, I'm going to say this, I am a believer of the Lord Jesus Christ as being my savior. Yes, I am. Yes, I believe in the Holy Spirit. I know I am covered and governed of God, and I love it. I love every bit of it. And I believe that, the soul and the heart and my love, my ultimate love, my love comes from God. This is what allows me to be able to tap in my power. That's the power that I tap in. That's where I'm getting charged up from the direct connect. From the direct connect. So when I speak and I think about soul, it's about that spiritual relationship, having that inter healing, that intervention, that intervening, and that intimate, what is it? Into me you see.
Yeah.
Into me you see, right? That relationship with our Father. Abba, thank you. Abba, thank you. Thank you, Father, for using me today and allowing me to just flow in the natural, where this is easy. This comes easy to me, and I have to give all praise, hallelujah, to our Father. So when I think about the soul, baby, the soul is my relationship with God, and it is intimate. It is writing out my word. I write love letters to myself, guys. This was notes that I had to go on, to speak on with you guys tonight, right? But I write love notes to myself. I write love notes to God in my prayer. I'm in my Bible, and then for those of you who may struggle with picking up your Bible on a daily basis, we got these new phones right here, sis, right? And I got an app on my phone, a Bible app on my phone, and they even turned it up where it notify you daily. Come on, give you a whole story, give you a whole daily I don't lost my train of thought. Excuse me, right quick.
No, but
But
it's
it
gonna give you a daily verse to read and meditate on. It'll do that.
every single day. So when I think about the soul, I think about the soul and kingdom building, not about it being about religion. So let me clarify that. Let me give a disclaimer that this is not about religion. It's about relationship. It's
Mm-hmm.
about kingdom building. And I like to say what we're doing here is kingdom building, right? In the kingdom ship. So,
Mm.
you want to make sure that you get your good foot in there, right? To make sure you're cleansing the soul, but right, it all connects. Right, it all connects because the soul connects with the body, right? So what we putting in the body, the foods that we putting in the body, the things that we are speaking to the body, the things that we are allowing ourselves to hear in the body, even though we know that things happen, right? I like to say, excuse me, right? My sisters, a lot of my sisters on here, they know, and excuse me for this, but they say what you eat, what other people eat, don't make you, you know what, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what they feed you, right, does. So if you
Mm.
eating up everybody else, you know what, honey,
Mm.
it's gonna feed more into that disaster I was talking about earlier. So you want
Yeah.
to make sure, we want to make sure, because I ain't excluding myself from this. Because everything that I'm speaking to y'all tonight, you best to believe your girlfriend. Tommi puts these things into practice, and I place a huge value on it. That's why I'm able to come here and talk to you guys about it today. So tap
Wow.
into the power within and build your relationship with God. Build
Oh
your
my.
relationship with God.
Absolutely, Tommy. The connection between mind, body, spirit is so huge. And I'm so glad that you brought that full circle so that we don't think we live in some one dimension. We live in all three dimensions. We have access to all of them, whether we tap into them or not. They are there. The mind is working, the body is doing what it does, and your spirit, we all have a soul, whether you tap into it or not, it is available to you, but what you do with it matters so much. And so the sisters are saying, drop the mic. You're absolutely correct. We have to stay connected to the vine. Yes. Listen, like they over here shouting, Lord. I love it. Yes, we got to stay connected. If we don't stay connected, then what power source are we using? Because us alone, we are not enough. Like you just
No.
said, if it ain't for it, all you got is him. Period. That's all I got. Other than that, on my best day, Tommy, when I do use some buttercream on these ashy legs and I didn't exercise and did all of that, I ain't about a hill of beans if I don't have the Father in me. Lord have mercy. Sisters, I am hopeful. If you have been blessed, if your spirit has been filled, if your cup feels like it's about to run over, can you just put me some ones in the chat so I understand that you're feeling
Ones
what
in
I'm
the
feeling right
chat,
now?
Queen.
Give me some ones in the chat. Somebody said, "Go." Let me go and put
That's
this
the
one.
collection plate, somebody
Yes,
said.
your collection plate this. I'm with you. Go ahead and pass the tray because Tommy, you have brought some amazing light to so many things. And as queens, we are literally building our queendom, whether we know it or not. We are doing it whether we know it or not. How great it becomes, how well it serves us and those around us is up to how we build it, though. It's up to how we build it and how you connect to all of these different aspects. Oh, I got some 11,000s, 100s, and 50 millions. I got a bunch of ones over here. Yes, they have been blessed. Their spirit has been fed this evening. So, what a way to open up this series, Tommy. What a way. Like, listen, I couldn't have picked a better one. And what's great is the other speakers, two of them are here that are speaking later. Tracy L. James is coming in, I think,
Hey, Queen.
next week. She's going to help us to fall in love with our businesses. And then I have Crystal Cunningham that's coming the week after that. And then Melanie Johnson is coming the week after that. Listen, y'all don't want to miss Ann Sunday.
I will be here.
Oh, this series.
I will be here because we're doing something similar on the Fearless Queens platform, which I host on my Instagram. It's called Talk About It Tuesdays. And we started last week with the power of our words. And this week we're going into the power of the mind. So we're pretty much doing the same thing. And you know this is nothing but God aligning us because you know, we hear the celebration of Valentine's Day, and I love my family. I love my, and all of that. Okay. However, I know that it is so important, not just like to take the opportunity with it being Valentine's Day month, and this is the theme, and of course Black History Month, right? I like to align it. And I think it's just so important that we do these, we have these talks and we have these conversations because so many of us, right, to be real, we lack in that area. And a lot of us, don't really place a huge value on it, right? I think a lot of us think of it, and that's why I like to teach it in the simplest form. We think of it as just being, you know, it's supposed to be like this magical, thing, which it is magical, but not just really, understanding that it really is just real simple. It's you, sis. It's you. It's you. It's you, sis. It's you, and you have everything inside of you. Everything that it is that you looking for is already inside of you. So focus on that and take it, take it serious. Place a value on it. That's why I say our self-love is our best love, and the way that we get connected into that is by placing a value on it and not allowing ourselves to ignore that, being caught up in the life of putting ourselves, getting in that habit, right? Because you don't build up the muscle, right? Things that we do in the conscious mind gets embedded into our subconscious mind, which aligns to our soul, right? When we think about the soul, and you make these habits of putting yourself second, third, fourth, 5th and 6th. And then you'll hear, sis, you hear so many, Dr. Shana, excuse me, but you'll hear so many of our sister queens that will, feel lost and say they don't even know how to love themselves, when it's just the simplest thing. And I understand because I've been in some really tough spaces, myself in some dark places, but I know the source.
Yeah.
And that's why that's has been my ultimate, the best thing for me.
Self-love is the best love. I love that. Hashtag that out. Hashtag Tommi Billingsley, honey, because self-love is the best love. It absolutely is. Oh, Tommi, thank you so much for coming here this evening. Can you tell folks how to find you? I mean, if you're on Facebook or whatever, you can obviously see her name and follow her, but how else can they find you, Tommi?
So you guys, this is on my personal page, Tommi Billingsley. You guys can tap into the Fearless Queens community. It's a community sisterhood. You guys can join us there on Facebook, and you can also find me on pretty much all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram at _ Fearless Queens. You can follow us on Instagram, and you can also you can find me. You can find me, Tommi Billingsley, on LinkedIn as well. And our website is www.fearlessqueens.net. We out here winning. We out here, we out here empowering women to empower women. That's what we do. A lot of my sister queens, I see them in the comments. I'm trying to read the comments and focus on talking on the camera and stuff like that because I start talking to them too. But yes, you guys can, find me on social media, get connected. We love building more relationships with other women because it's so important for us, right? Like I said earlier, what we allow ourselves to see, hear, and who we are connected to, So let's stay connected. I believe in that, so much. I believe in being rooted. That's one of our slogans at the Fearless Queens, rooted and connected. So you guys can find me right here. You want inbox me? I'll give you all the rest of the down.
Listen, Tommi had already downloaded a whole ebook and a few other things in this talk. So if you didn't catch that, go back to the replay because if you're just tuning in, you are joining Your Extraordinary Life Network presents What's Love Got to Do with It, y'all. February is a month of love, and today we're talking about Queen, love yourself. Self-love is the best love. And our sister Queen Tommi, I honor you. I appreciate you so much for the time you spent today. Honey, and I'm like, again, that lotion is not going to look the same, and I'm going to love her down. You hear me? DOWN down. I am here for it. So thank you for being here. And all of you ladies who are here, thank you for coming. You could have spent, y'all could have been watching a football game. It might be on in the background like at my house, but you are still here. You are engaged. And those affirmations, make sure you find a way to make those a permanent fixture. It's non-negotiable that we do these things. Simple. Tommi just made it. She broke it down. It is simple. We don't need to make it hard. Loving ourselves is our first job, and we need to get that job done so we can fill our own cups and serve from the overflow, sis. So many of us are serving from the cup. The cup ain't for them. The cup is for you, baby. You feel that thing, so the overflow is what you give them so that we can all get what we need in this space. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Come back. Listen, don't sleep on Sunday at 7 p.m.
Yes.
At a time because we bring in fire again. Next week, we're going to deal with business, falling in love with your business. Crystal Cunningham is going to deal with for the love of money. She's going to get us together on our finances and the way we see those things in our world. Yes. And the last one is I love me some her. We're going to be dealing with mental health, depressions, anxieties. And I have my guest that evening is a spoken word artist. So she's going to shut it down at the end with a performance. So listen, what's love got to do with it, ladies? Everything. Yes. Everything. All right. So love on yourself this week, and we will see you guys next week. Good night.
Have a great night, ladies. Thank